Hi there and welcome to Gorilla Geeks TV. I'm Mike.
I'm Simon.
And today we're bringing you our review of Justice League.
Yes, we saw this last Friday.
We did, we saw it on release and we saw it at IMAX.
Yes, in the IMAX, and I think it was good. It was good.
I wanted to love it.
Yeah.
I didn't, but it was good.
I think I went in. Yeah, that's the end of the review. No, I went in with quite low expectations.
Yeah, very low expectations.
You have to after recent efforts, and I think Warner Brothers are in this real sort of quandary at the moment where. Yeah, Man of Steel was a good film.
I enjoyed Man of Steel.
Man of Steel was very good.
We did a marathon, didn't we? Before we saw it, the day before, we watched Man of Steel, and then we watched Batman vs Superman. So we went in straight into Justice League.
Yeah, but that's a bit of a slog.
It was great. We watched the Ultimate Edition, which is better than the theatrical cut. But it was a slog. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Justice League. Yeah,
and I think you definitely lower your expectations going in would be my recommendation. It's an entertaining movie.
It's better than Batman vs Superman.
Yes,
much better.
Much better than Suicide Squad. I wouldn't say. I think Wonder Woman is slightly better.
Wonder Woman is the best. Yeah. If I was to rank them, I'd say Wonder Woman, Man of Steel.
Yeah, and then this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was entertaining, and you've seen a lot of stuff in the press with different directors and the changes it went through and all that kind of stuff. In other reviews, they talk about the characterisation is very good, and it is. It's really good. I think they're dynamic. They clearly enjoyed working together as a group of actors.
Yeah, I mean the chemistry on the screen is great. You can't fault the chemistry.
So in terms of that, it's great. Really weak villain, Steppenwolf, but just.
Felt like I was watching a PlayStation 4 character.
Yeah, it was all. He's brought together. It's all CGI. And it's just not scary.
It's Kieran Hines. Kieran Hines is a fantastic actor, and he plays a great villain. And if he was given the opportunity to play a practical villain in this, it would have been great. Yeah. I don't know why they felt that they needed to make Steppenwolf CGI.
Now we say that Josh Brolin who's playing Thanos in the Marvel, he will be CGI as well.
Yeah, but the thing is,
to see how that works.
Marvel don't tend to rush their films, and their CGI tends to be a lot better and a lot stronger.
Yeah. You can tell in the movie what are the reshoots and what aren't the reshoots.
Oh God, yeah. Let's just talk about This is going to be a spoiler review, by the way. So we will talk.
When we go on to spoilers, we'll obviously tell you in good time.
Yeah, I mean, let's just talk about his moustache. Yes, Moustache Gate. Henry Cavill's moustache. Now, obviously, he had this moustache when he was filming Mission Impossible 6, and Paramount wouldn't let him shave the moustache off for the reshoots. So they had to CGI, digitally enhance, shall we say,
remove his
moustache from his face.
Yes.
And it didn't take me out of the film, but there were moments that you could see it. I mean,
it was definitely. So in terms of story, it's pretty sort of.
The story's pretty weak.
Avengers storyline. It's like,
but it's a weak story. Isn't
really
it?
Weak story. I mean, you've got Steppenwolf, who's after these 3 mother boxes.
Yeah, which are like they're the DC equivalent of the Infinity Stones. Yeah, but they've not had 15 films to set it up.
And basically, these mother boxes allow him to basically recreate his homeworld on other worlds.
Yeah,
and
like terraform the planet. It's basically it's apocalypse.
Really basic, but there's no sense of stakes.
No.
I think when we come onto the spoiler bit, we'll talk about that because there's the end of the last third of the movie. There's no sense of like peril for any of the characters, you're not kind of. You're along for the ride, and it's an enjoyable ride.
The thing is, you've got Batman is always been an established character in films. He always has, so he doesn't need a backstory, and he hasn't done. So we already kind of knew about him in Batman vs Superman, but you had Aquaman. You had to squeeze in Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg into this film, and you didn't have enough time to warm to these characters. I mean, I like the characters, but there wasn't enough time. That was the issue with me, was the running time.
Yeah, and I was quite surprised at Cyborg.
Yeah,
because he was really good.
The actor
was great, and I'd like to see more. And there's definitely more they've cut there.
Yeah,
I thought Ezra Miller was good as Flash.
He was good as Flash.
A lot of his jokes were good.
Some fell flat.
But he was enjoying himself.
He wasn't my favourite character.
No, but he was clearly enjoying himself.
Yeah,
and having fun.
He's the comic relief in the film.
Wonder Woman was great.
Yeah,
we've had Batman. We've established Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I mean, plot very simple, very bare bones. Characterisation, great. They all work well as a team.
Yeah.
I thought Jeremy Irons just nailed it as Alfred again. I love him as Alfred.
Oh yeah, see, Jeremy Irons is always good in anything he does. I think.
And having Jim Gordon in the little
I'd like to have seen more of Jim Gordon. I really would have done, because that's a nice scene, and it's a nice bit of comedy between them all.
Yeah. So hopefully, if they do that Batman movie, we'll have more of Jim Gordon.
Whether Ben Affleck will be around,
we'll see.
We shall see.
But yeah, so plot very bare bones, characterisation great, entertaining. Yes, it is.
It is entertaining. I mean, it was a good film.
Before we go into spoilers, let's just say, so those of you who don't want to, haven't seen the movie yet, obviously switch off the video in a second and come back and watch the rest later on. We'll flash spoiler warnings up on the screen.
Either up there or wherever you can figure out how to do it.
But before we go on to spoilers, what's your rating?
Me?
What's your Gorilla rating?
My Gorilla Geeks rating for Justice League, I would say I would give it a 6 gorillas out of 10.
6 gorillas out of 10?
6 gorillas out of 10.
I'm going to go the same.
Yeah.
I think, it's just not quite there in terms of...
It was so close.
Yes.
It was. And for me, because Joss Whedon, you can definitely tell where Joss Whedon has taken over in points. You can tell where he is, and we will talk about how we feel about that a little bit later on.
So should we go on spoilers?
Yes,
so
spoilers up there, spoilers up there everywhere. If you're watching now and you don't want to watch spoilers, you turn off.
Yeah, turn off.
Hang on, we'll just wait for them to turn off. Going to turn off?
Yes.
Turned off.
Right.
Hang on, there's a guy, he's still not turned off. Up in Grimsby. Right, it's turned off now. Okay.
So, spoilers.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that opening scene?
Oh my gosh. You were saved from a fate worse than death, I thought. It was just... So basically it opens up with... it's some kids that are interviewing Superman on a mobile phone. They're just asking... they're just interviewing him. They're talking to him and asking what it's like to be Superman. And it's so false. I mean, the dubbing for the kids interviewing Superman is just so bad. He's basically the scene of I think it's of a fire or a disaster. There's like fire engines and that behind him. But it's that moustache has been edited out, and he looks like he's got an overhanging top lip. It just looks so bad. And it's just his interaction with the kids that are interviewing him. There's no chemistry, there's no connection because that's been dubbed in afterwards, and it was just it wasn't needed.
And that's clearly
it wasn't needed.
That's clearly a Josh Whedon scene, because that would have been in the reshoots. So.
Because the next shot is going into Batman in Gotham, hunting a criminal, and it could have just started with that. In fact, he's hunting a parademon, and it could have just gone straight into that. It didn't need that opening scene, and for me, that spoilt the whole film, that scene, because I just saw it and I went, you came back, and I went, oh my god.
So what have I missed?
Not a lot. Just forget.
And I think, because I came back in at that opening scene of Batman, which I thought was great. I thought,
it was good.
It was. That's what
I'm really... It paid homage to the Tim Burton movies, I think.
And I'm really up for the Matt Reeves Batman movie, hopefully that will come to light, and if it's going for that kind of tone, great. But yeah, I thought... and he's hunting the parademon. That was a little bit kind of, because he kind of knew it was the first one he'd hunted, but he knew a lot about them, which didn't make any sense. But so there's a few plot holes there. And I think the first half of the movie is a little bit. It's not a drag. It does move at a pace.
There's humour.
The plot's just all over the place.
There is humour.
A lot of things don't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's very, the film is very rushed.
Yes.
And that is because Warner Brothers said, look, with the controversy of Batman vs Superman being nearly 3 hours long, then it's got to be 2 hours. There's no movement on it. It has to be 2 hours long. And that 2 hours, them saying that has hurt the film, because there is another half an hour in that film.
Well, it was actually 45 minutes.
Well, yeah.
They cut 45 minutes of that movie, which would have been more scenes of Cyborg, more scenes of Aquaman.
It's basically basically in this cut, Batman's gone, do you want to be in our team? And the superhero's gone, yeah, alright then.
Yeah.
Apart from Aquaman.
If anyone's seen the clip of Ezra Miller talking to Bruce Wayne, there's a tiny bit more onto that, but that's pretty much that scene. Yeah. You've seen that scene.
Yeah, there's a tiny bit with Cyborg and Gal Gadot, and then
the Aquaman, I think that was in a trailer, and that's pretty much that scene as well.
I liked Aquaman. I thought he was a bit of a trying to be a douchey surfer dude, but it worked for him, and it worked for how DC were doing it. I quite liked him.
Because he'd never been to... What I liked is he'd never been to Atlantis.
No.
So the first time he goes to Atlantis is in this movie.
Yeah.
So he's kind of been... Well, I guess we'll find out in the Aquaman movie a bit more about that. But he's not been to Atlantis, so he's kind of been sort of just around. This nomad. Roaming the oceans and going to this fishing village in Iceland and helping the fishermen. And I thought that was really good, and I thought, Jason Momoa was very good.
Yeah, and he doesn't actually talk to the fish.
Not in this film.
He talks to the water. Apparently, he talks to the water, and the water talks to the fish.
And I thought how they handled how they talk underwater was really good as well.
Yeah,
Putting the bubble over them and they're talking. So I thought, how are they going to handle that?
Yeah.
They could be like, but no, they weren't. So that was
just a speech bubble that comes. Or the bubbles go up into the out to the sea, and
because I read somewhere when they were making the movie Aquaman, that was the toughest thing to get around.
Yeah,
because it's fine in like. Justice League, 'cause it's a one quick scene, but they're going to make a whole movie out of that. So that'll be interesting to see next year when that comes out. But I thought so. It was just not enough for the characters, and scenes did feel really cut short.
And I tell you who was underused, and we know he's in the film.
Yeah,
Henry Cavill's Superman. This is the Superman we've been waiting for.
I wasn't a fan of how they brought him back as well. It was a little bit.
Yeah, there are so many other ways they could have brought him back, and just bringing him back through. Using the mother cube, the mother cube, bringing him back through that, they could have brought him back so many different ways, and they went with this, and it was just like.
And again, how the movie's cut short, and hopefully maybe there is more in the director's cut.
Yeah,
like he has this moment where he's obviously confused, so he starts fighting all the heroes. Yeah, that's quite a cool scene.
Yeah,
actually, at the end he has a bit of time with Lois Lane. And he's suddenly okay.
Yeah, there's a nice bit with Batman actually, which I quite liked.
Yeah,
where he basically redelivers the speech that from Batman vs Superman, but Superman saying it's Batman, and I quite like that.
Yeah,
and then Batman has a nice retort afterwards after the sort of, it's not really a fight, but where he throws him to the ground, and I thought that was quite nice.
Yeah. But I just thought there would have been more, like his decision to come back and to kind of regain his some of the old self would have been a bit longer in another cut of the movie.
I mean, he
just felt quite rushed.
Yeah, he shows up in the second act, and in the third act we really get to see him as Superman.
That line though, when he says, I'm not a fan of, but I'm a fan of justice.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was really cool.
But when he shows up. For the big fight at the end, that for me we would just felt this is Superman, and this is the Justice League film that we wanted.
And his costume's a lot brighter. Yeah. So his suits are lighter blue.
It's more like the blue from the Christopher Reeves or
it
from
just
the.
Feels, and he feels like the Superman that you wanted from Man of Steel.
With humour, he has humour.
He's clearly enjoying it. Henry Cavill's really settled into that. Like I think we said with Chris Hemsworth settled into the Thor skin in Thor Ragnarok. It's very similar with Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I would really like to see another Superman. Yeah. Henry Cavill, I think he has one more or more.
He's got one more of his contracts.
Yeah, I mean, apparently Matthew Vaughn is looking to do the Superman film, and is it Matthew? Yeah, Matthew Vaughn did Kingsman.
Kingsman. Yeah.
And if he makes a Superman film, which I think should just be called Superman.
Call Superman. And we'll come on to the end credit sequence in a minute.
Yeah.
Where that Superman movie could go, and I think that needs to be then. Well, we know Aquaman's their next movie, but I think before Wonder Woman 2, I think we need a Superman movie.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Wonder Woman 2.
I've been intrigued to see what they do with Flashpoint, because they're making Flashpoint.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, which I would actually like to see. Thomas Wayne back as Batman, because if you know the Flashpoint story, it's not Bruce Wayne that's Batman, it's his father that's Batman. Which I'd love to see how they do it, but
there's loads of stuff in the trailers that are cut. There's a bit with Alfred speaking to someone. Who is he speaking when he goes, I knew you'd come back.
There's a shot in the trailer as well that looks like they're looking at something, possibly Supergirl. A moment of Green Lantern, which I like. There was a flash of Green Lantern.
Yeah, you do see Green Lantern in the...
Or a Green Lantern.
A Green Lantern when there's they're talking about a fight with Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
And you see like Green Lantern. Fight, so that was pretty cool. But it was a good movie. It was entertaining.
Like I say, 6. It didn't warrant a 7. A 6 out of 10.
I think it's it's just a shame that they've...
I've been intrigued to see what they release on Blu-ray, on DVD, and whether they do another theatrical release of the director's cut. We shall see.
Yeah.
Because I think their box office has been a little bit hurt. They were estimating about 125 million,
96.
and they've gone 95.
I mean, 96 is still very good. For any other movie, that would be a huge
their lowest opening of a DC film.
But it's not. It's below their expectations. Yeah. But in terms of money it's made, that's. A lot of films would love that.
And I think what's hurt that, though, is Batman vs Superman has hurt that.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman...
I think no reviews have hurt it as well.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Because reviews came out before the movie was out, so people just weren't.
Let's talk about those end credits.
Well, no, before we go end credits, I thought there was a really nice scene. Again, we're talking about Superman just being lighter. There's a really cool scene where, before we go into that, so the peril of the movie, you don't feel any peril. So the last sequence takes place in this town in Russia, where Steppenwolf is starting to use the mother box. He's got all three of them, and he's recreating his home world. And it follows this one family.
Yeah.
But where are the other families? I think you see glimpses in certain shots, but most of the time it's just this one family. So there's no sense of like a load of people in danger, and there's clearly going to be more people living there.
No, there's no Sokovia. It's basically Sokovia with one family.
Yeah, and again, Joss Whedon directed Age of Ultron. It is pretty much a mirror of that film, which is he's kind of plagiarised his own movie.
Yeah, he has.
But there's a really cool moment though where you see the Flash needs to rescue this family, so he's running. He goes, "I hope this is East. I hope this is East." He's just running, and then he grabs the truck and Superman flies alongside him and says, "Right, you get that one. I'll go left and get that one."
Yeah.
So then you got Ezra Miller, like the Flash, pushing this family in this truck,
and then Superman comes back with a block of
flats.
Yeah,
just like moving this house.
Yeah,
it's really nice. It's a really nice moment. It's really nice. And again, that last 15 minutes is great.
Yeah,
like that's the direction they need to go in, and
it's just a shame we didn't
course correct at the end of the movie.
Yeah, we didn't have 2.5 hours or two and a quarter hours of that.
Yeah, that would have been perfect, and I think the film would have definitely given a higher score, and I think it would have been received better. But it's kind of nice that it ends like that. I'm going to go and see it again with the wife, so I think I'll be looking forward to that last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But end credit sequence. Then.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
The first one is
it's the Flash and Superman. It's taken straight out of the comics. It's basically who's the fastest man alive.
Yeah, who's fast? Yeah.
And they're basically setting up a race to find out who's the fastest man. And if Superman wins, Barry Allen has to buy everyone a brunch.
Yes, that's it.
Which he has a bit of a phobia on brunch. He's not very good on social, social events or anything like that. So.
You did it to me, didn't you?
Yeah.
But no, that's a really good scene.
But yeah, so there's a good scene. So that's it. And then the second scene, right at the very end of the credits, we find out we take a shot of Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
You hear him a laugh. And I'm like,
that could be the Joker.
It could be the Joker. It's not. It's Lex Luthor has escaped. He's been replaced by an inmate.
Yeah.
And then we cut to a yacht where we see Deathstroke.
Yes.
Entering the yacht, and then we see a free Lex Luthor.
Everyone remembers there was a screenshot of Deathstroke released by Ben Affleck when they were making Justice League.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hinting he was going to be in the movie, and then there was rumours that he wasn't in the movie, that Joss Whedon had cut him out. But no, he's in this sequence.
So whether they're going to set up the Injustice League, which is Lex Luthor's version of the Justice League, or it's going to be Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom.
It could be the Legion of Doom, but the Legion of Doom is taken from the Super Friends. So whether they go with that or the Injustice League, I'm not sure which way they'll go. They might not even include it. They might include it in a film.
And I think that's why with a Superman movie, it needs to be, like you said, called Superman.
Yeah.
We know Lex Luthor's still around.
Yeah.
He looks like he's the Lex Luthor in a nice suit, and he's got the. That needs to be it. Him and Lex Luthor facing off.
Yeah.
Before we get Justice League 2.
Yeah.
So
we shall see. We've got 2 years, hopefully, before Justice League 2 is out.
Yes.
So hopefully it won't be rushed. Well, we shall see.
I think the rumours they've delayed Justice League 2 because it was meant to come out in 2019.
Yeah.
They've put it back to 2020, which is good, which means they're going to.
I'll be happy if they put it back to 2022, to be honest, just for a decent film.
It's sad, really, because I really wish DC had. They were never ever going to catch up with Marvel.
No.
And that's what they've tried to do. They've tried to play catch up, but Marvel have got so many more films on them already.
Yeah.
And they're going in their own direction. They should have just gone in their own direction. And we should have had these solo movies first. We should have had a Cyborg solo movie and a Flash solo movie.
Yeah, just do what Marvel, take a leaf out of Marvel's book, because Marvel, they've taken a long time to establish. I mean, it was 6 years before 4 to 5 years before Avengers came out.
Yeah, exactly.
You had Iron Man 1, 2, Incredible Hulk, Thor, Captain America. You had all those, and then the build up for Avengers was great because you didn't have to shoehorn anything in.
No.
I just feel a lot of stuff is shoehorned in this film, and it shouldn't have been.
Or just not go in that direction and do these. not connect them in a way, but make these solo movies because they kind of be their own.
Do you know what I would have been happy with? Batman vs Superman not shooting in Justice League into Batman vs Superman, just being a standalone film, and then this film, I would have been happy if it was 2.5, 3 hours long. If they'd have set
the characters up
in this film,
and then
not mention them in the other one. Wonder Woman was fine. Could have had her in in Batman vs Superman. That was fine. But if this, I wouldn't have minded this film being 2.5 hours long if there was more care and attention taken in it.
But yeah, I definitely recommend going to see it.
Yeah, do go and see it. It's worth the money.
It's not terrible. We sound like we're a bit down on it. We are in a way.
Yeah.
Because we're just disappointed that it's not quite what we want.
It was almost there, but it wasn't quite.
Direction.
Yeah.
Especially that last sort of.
It's better than Batman vs Superman.
Yes. Yeah.
In points.
In points.
Yeah.
But definitely go see it, and let's hope that we've got Aquaman next.
Yeah.
Then Wonder Woman.
That's out next year.
Superman movie.
So we shall see.
Batman movie. So
yeah.
So it's not over for them yet. They can correct this.
We hope.
Yeah.
So do like the video. Do write your comments if you have any questions, any comments. Please write them down, and we'll try and get back to you. Subscribe to the videos, Facebook, Twitter. We're verging on 100 likes now as well. So in fact, we're over 100 likes. So we want to keep that going. So
keep that going. Just a few things we've got coming up.
Yeah.
So we're looking at doing some podcasts.
Yes, we're going to get into the podcast.
So
SoundCloud.
Because what we're feeling is obviously this channel is all about our passions. So movies, games, TV. So we're going to have 3 separate podcasts, hopefully on a weekly basis. So one where we talk about all the latest game news, one where we talk about all the latest movie news, and then one where we talk about all the latest TV news.
Yeah.
And we might expand on that in the future and do different things. Please comment on what you'd like us to do. Also, we'll keep up with the streaming, the game streaming. That seems to be going down quite
well. Our next big review will be Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Star Wars. I'm talking about long movies. That's 2.5 hours.
That's 2.5 hours. Yeah, but I don't mind that. Star Wars.
So that'll be our next big review, which we're probably going to see it separately.
Yeah.
But
we're getting together that weekend.
So we'll review it that weekend. So look out.
And we'll get it out as soon as possible, and that's going to be that'll be our next one.
Next review. Then I'll review your panto.
Yeah, I'm actually in pantomime in Scarborough, so if anyone wants to come and see me, Jack and the Beanstalk.
I'm going to review it, so I'll be giving the old gorilla. Maybe not. But yeah, look out for our podcast. We'll share more news on that as we get, but we're hopefully going to launch that really, really soon.
Yeah.
And that'll be a weekly thing, and that'll be on SoundCloud to begin with, but we'll put links on the Facebook page and Twitter and stuff like that.
Great.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you from myself, Mike.
And Simon.
And all of the Justice League.
Right there. Justice League.
This is Gorilla Geek signing out. See you later.
See you later.
Bye. Bye.